you can write your journal in the morning. In the evening when you get mine, read it again, and then how much you are aligning to the prompt. Right? That's the reason I have put those prompts, and then I wrote the whole journal about that how you should be thinking, especially when you're on this journey. It's as I said, the Kaizen, and especially working with me, why it's different, because I don't work just on your body, because you work on your body, or my team works on your body. That is very simple, but the more complex is your mind. And this is not the first place that you're working and you're putting efforts on yourself so that you will be able to get results. And why you are getting results here, those who didn't start yet, you will start. Those who have gotten results, is because of the alignment of the mind. That you start thinking like that, what actually gives you results and makes you live a better life. And it's very simple. For an example, if you have a son and if you want your son to become a football player, you know what you are supposed to do with him and what he needs to do every day. If he is a football player but all his friends are cricketers, it's not going to work. You know that. Either he will become a cricketer or they all will become football players. But if it's like every single friend of his is just playing cricket, it means he will have an interest in cricket sooner or later. So that's how. It's just now you are becoming a football player. You are changing yourself and evolving yourself and getting into something which you were not before. And in order to do that, yes, practicing is one thing, but more than practice, why would you want to practice? That is another thing, and that is your mind. That's called the mindset. Many people in today's time fail not because they are unable to work out or eat healthy, or they don't have money, or they cannot pay, or they don't have time. All these things are secondary. You do what you want to do in life, and you don't do what you don't want to do in life. Because if you don't have time, it means that 24 hours, that time is invested somewhere. Where, that is the question. Do you want that? And it's a very simple question. Do you want that? You say, yes, I do. Okay, then be happy. And why you're not happy? Then you say like, no, actually I want this just 20% in my life, not all of it. Then give just 20% of your day to this and not all of it. It's very simple equation for people to understand that how your mind works. And if you start, until you will not understand that how your mind works until you pay attention externally. Until it is someone else's fault, you will never understand that how your mind works. If you genuinely want to learn, and it's a pattern, you will develop it as a pattern. That anything and everything, whatever will happen in your life, you will just look inside and not the outside. You will look your choices you have made. You will look at your surroundings you have. You will look at your actions. You will look at your habits throughout months and years, and then you will understand that why this happened to me and whose fault it is. It's not someone else's fault, because if it is someone else's fault and that person is with me since last 2 weeks, and if I blame him or her for this, it means it's my fault because I let that person come in my life in last 2 weeks and this happened. So these are the things, and then many a times it cannot be all, life cannot be just fairy tale. There are times when you have to learn lessons, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do, and that's again, it's your mind comes in the picture. You must have heard this from many people. I don't know how this happened. Like almost all my clients sit in front of me and say, This is the most common line which everyone says, I don't know. I'm trying to eat and I'm working out, but I don't know. I sleep, I don't know. I don't know how this happened. I'm doing everything, but I don't know. And it's true. Because they are seeing externally, they don't know. Externally, you will never find the answer. Because it's true that you don't know. You're not lying. But you're looking, your answer is coming from somewhere where my question was not there. My question is about you. Then you know very well that why it's not working. And only you know. No one knows your body and your mind better than yourself. You are living in this body since 30, 40, 50 years, and you're using the same mind from the same time. And your experience is as per your life in all different directions. And it comes from your past, your present, and you have a plan for your future. So imagine, and how come that it's not just few people says, almost everyone says that I don't know. Sometimes even I say that. I'm trying, I'm doing everything, but I don't know why my clients are not following the plan. It means that is the time that I need to look inside instead of the outside. So whenever this I don't know comes, you take full responsibility. Never say, I don't know. I mean, you will say it, it's not like you will not say it. But whenever you say it, if by mistake you say it, stop there and pay attention. What are you talking about? And why are you talking like this? What happened that you don't know? And how come this happened in your life and you're not aware and you're not taking any action? Then it means someone else is controlling your life. Then who is controlling your life? As human being, if someone else is controlling your life, then you need to have a one-on-one. That's why. Because I am supposed to be healthy, I am supposed to be fit, I am supposed to have this and this in my life. And if I don't have, why did you control my life and made me like this? And the other person will say like, it was your choice. It was your choice. You asked for it. I just showed you a good advertisement. You asked that you want to buy that car. You asked that you want to buy that watch. You asked that you want to buy the shoes. You asked for it, and now to make that money, you have done this to yourself. So, I didn't. You asked. Then it will come back to you again. So everything, round and round, it just comes back to you only. And trust me, in the end, when you lose your 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 60 years, whatever years, in the end, the question is just to you. I came in this world, I have lived this life, what did I get? How did I live my life? The question is just to you, and that is the peace that you will find when you have the answer. Many people don't have that. Many people have invested all their time and energy in other people where they did not get the same return. Usually that's called family. Usually that's your close circle friends, your work, your colleagues, wherever they have invested and they did not get the same return. So the question is always they ask themselves like, why did I do that? And that is why, and the ultimate truth of your why did you do that? Because you are happy, because you have a healthy and fit body, because you had the healthy and fit body and the stronger mind, you could see so much in this world and you could achieve so much in this world. And you have gone through so much and you faced all the issues and hardships every day because you had a stronger mind and you did not give up and you did not cry and you did not complain. And look how many people you have inspired. I mean, that can also be the answer which you will get. But sad, we don't have such answers that often until we actually put into work. And as I said, everything what we do, I keep saying this, anything and everything what we do which is right will always be difficult. This is my simple equation to understand that if I am doing something, is it right or wrong? If it's difficult, for me that is right. If it's easy and if it's just given, then it would be for anyone and it would be very easy. So what is right and wrong Right will always come with a lot of hardships, difficulties. You will have to create your mindset. You will have to stay consistent. All these things comes in the right. It's not like entirely right, because many, if you will plan a biggest robbery in the world, I mean, of course, you will have to work very hard and you have to stay consistent to show your face. Let's say you're going to rob that create this whole strategy in the bank or somewhere or someone's house. It's a hard work. It's not like, okay, give me your money. So it won't happen like that. But again, the idea is not that. The idea is what you're getting out of that robbery. Let's say $50 million. If that $50 million you're doing, now earn that money with your hard work. Now you will have the difference. If you will earn that money with your hard work, you will have from the scratch, because you are taking that money from the bank as a robber, from the scratch, from 0 to 50 million. Now you go and earn that money. How much time it will take? So yes, hard work is required even doing wrong things, but what you're getting from that, try to earn that in the right way, and you will understand that there's a huge difference. And then when the money or anything which comes like that, that also comes with a lot of energy, because we as human beings, we walk with energies. We walk with energies because what we think, that becomes our aura, and we start walking with energies, and we start keep giving people energy, taking people energy. That carries your time. Where you invest your thought process, that carries your time. So that is how hard work and hardships and difficulties and whatever comes easy, whatever comes difficult, you need to have that differences in your mind. And I'm telling you all this because you must have faced in this 1 week, and you are going to face that in the future also, not just in Kaizen, but in life. And every time you will decide to have a shortcut, and every time you will decide to have something which was not meant for you, trust me, you will feel like, oh wow, I am the winner, but you are a loser, and you will pay the price in other ways. You will be a winner in something at that particular time in that area, but you are a loser in something else which was more important for you. So you need to pay attention, and especially when you're working with me very closely, you're in Kaizen. These are the values that you can take, and I will repeat again, people do lose weight and they will gain again. That's very common. I don't hesitate saying that because I know I'm talking about my own work, but they have their own mind. If they don't surrender the mind, if they don't understand these values, it doesn't stay. With some people it's weight, with some people it's fat percentage, with some people it's discipline, some people something or the other. It's a surrounding, they will just go back in the same surrounding and start living the same way, and then it will take some time, like 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, but they will go back to the same lifestyle and the outcome will be the same. And these are the things which, and this happens. Why? Because when you have transformed, and especially the later you transform in life, the harder it is for you to leave people. If you are like 15-year-old, it's okay, no problem. These are like just in my school or in my surrounding. These people are not that important because I have my parents and siblings and my cousins, they are more important. So when this happens, when you transform in the older age, especially when you are after 30 and you're transforming at that time, then your surrounding is solid. It's very difficult to get away from that. It's very solid surrounding. And when you have that kind of surrounding, and when you transform, so you have two options only. Either you become like them or they become like you. You have two options. There is no third option. You cannot be like, I will be me. And trust me, this is, since last 20, 30 years, we have heard this saying constantly, and you guys will agree to this, that I do me, you do you. And whenever I do me, you do you comes, those relations and those never works in the long run. If you really want to get along with someone and live and you care about that person, they need to change. And if you know you are doing wrong, then they need to come towards your side. If you know that they are doing wrong, then you need to constantly inspire them and convince them to do the right. Otherwise, you will also start doing wrong only in the end. It's a process. It won't happen just in one day. It will not happen in 1 week also. It takes time. But while you are working on other people, you just need to understand that how much they are valuing. Otherwise, it's a misfire. So, doing a misfire is okay. That's not a problem. I mean, if there is a misfire, it's fine. No problem. But how many misfires? That's what you need to choose. How many misfires can you allow in your life that, if we don't call them mistakes, how many times will it happen? Once, twice, 5 times, 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. But you need to understand that when someone is connected to you, and when there's a misfire, when there is, you're trying to help this person, and then you're trying to inspire this person for the transformation and live a better life because you are living that. And if every time you're trying and it's not happening, it means your time is being consumed. And yes, people will not understand this at first. As I said, if it was wrong, they would understand very easily. When it's right, it's very difficult. If it's wrong, you invite them for party at middle of the night, they will go with you. Invite them for dinner, no one will say no. And the later is better. The later, 11, 12, 1 is better. Then no one will ever say no. Yeah, if you will invite people like me, I do, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., no one will come. So that is right and wrong. You will find it's the same dinner, it's just the time is different. So you need to have these understanding when you are working, when you are in Kaizen. Yes, actually it's a working in Kaizen. When you are working in Kaizen, because it's a constant work. When you are focusing on yourself, don't just focus on yourself. Focus on everything around you, in your surroundings, family members, work, colleagues, social media, everything. Everything you need to focus on, because everything is a part of your life, your personality. And where you put your energy, you will build in that direction. Now, this is, yes? Yeah, of course. Like you watch what you're doing. So focus on, I mean to say, when you're focusing, every day you need to watch like what you do and what is the outcome, and what people do, what is the outcome of that. So always pay attention on the result, because you don't like the end goal, end result. What is the outcome in the end? Why we should have problem in the end, when we know we can stop in the beginning, right? So we wait until it's a disaster, and then we become completely the person we are not supposed to be. And we should not wait for that. When you know this is wrong, just learn to communicate and learn to understand and stop that at that time only. Otherwise, it will just carry on and on. Now you will lose yourself also, and then you will not like the other person, and you will not like yourself. Then there will be a big issue. Then no one knows what's happening. Okay, so now if you see your... Did you guys read everything what is written in the first few pages? And your day 1, day 2, day 3 that you are filling in. I have put this challenge as well, but since that challenge is very new to me as well, I will see that how it works, because some points are extra, some points are less, but that challenge is in the Kaizen challenge in your app. That challenge is not for anyone to win. It's just for me to count your points properly. So it's like another way that I can count your points. So there's no one is a winner in that at first, but you can still see that if your points are being calculated or marked properly. So if you are like last number, you know that you have not marked those things. So you just judge by that what you have not marked on which day. Okay, and once this week finishes, that you can, there is my story page that I told you before as well. I don't know if you guys read it or no. If not, then you can always read it. And that is something which is for today. And there is a small work which I would ask from you. And please understand one thing, that it's everything, whatever is here in this journal. I know many people will say like, I've come here to train and just give me the nutrition plan and make me train and I will lose my weight. Trust me, you are not here for that. That is the only thing you are not here for. And if you are here for that, then I'm sorry, you have paid a lot of money for something which I did not even offer. I'm sharing with you the core values, what actually kept me in this shape for over 22 years. What made this mindset, that where I used to be a gym cleaner and milkman and a hawker, and today I'm here with everything. Without being to school or college or having a formal education. That's why you are here. You are not here just to learn how to train and what nutrition to follow. Google it. It's free of cost. You will get even more. You don't even need to pay a single penny for that. But how will you follow it? That is the question. You are here for that, to build that mindset. That's why everything what is in this journal is very important. Because it holds, I'm not saying I'm Elon Musk and the most successful man in the world, but I can guarantee, bring Elon Musk and ask him to live my life, 22 years, and then reach here. Ask Shah Rukh Khan or ask any Donald Trump or anyone. There is only one Yasir Khan. They cannot be me. That is guaranteed. If they try, first of all, they cannot go in past. That is for sure. So they cannot be, that's confirmed that they cannot be. It's a challenge. They cannot be. So that is why, if this is the mindset that you want to build, and this is the mindset which will, and it is not, you need to stop seeing me as just like one human. You have to start seeing me as the whole journey, and which can help you, which can help your partner, which can help your family members, your kids, your next generation. You just need to take that energy. And all of this, I have tried to put in many other areas, like in training it is, in nutrition it is, in the app it is, in this book. So there's this journal where I have put quite a lot of things. Now, if you read these one-page stories every week, these stories, I want you to read it, and you need to send me just 2 lines. Why do you think I did that? Whatever I have done, I want like you're watching a movie, right? And then you have your own saying, like, so and so did this because of that. But that because they don't show in the movie. They leave it to the audience. So whatever you have seen is up to you what you want to decide. So the same, just 2 lines, you will send me by afternoon today. Okay? Just 2 lines also. Every week, this will be your job. Read it. You can send me anytime, in the morning also, in the afternoon also, but not at night. Not at late at night. Okay? And then, this part here, there is no prompt in this. And every week we are going to have something, new prompt, which is not, I have not given in this journal right now, which I will tell you. Now, I always start with the Kaizen with one prompt, that is every week, that is your, first week, that is your mindset. And mindset still, and mindset, if I will tell you, is not like, oh, I have learned a mindset, now I don't need, I don't know about you guys, but I need to build my mindset every day. Mindset is like food. You eat it once, and then you will be hungry after a few hours again. Same as mindset. Every time you have to consciously pay attention to your mindset. And that is why we will start with the mindset only. Because imagine if I focus on my mindset every day after 22 years, then how much you need to work on, how much I need to work on, because I don't consider myself any better than anyone else. Even if I know few things extra than you, it doesn't make me any different. Why? Because I have the same lifelong, like lifetime, which will end. It's not going to like, I'm going to live here for thousands of years. So it's the same thing, it's the same life. It's just like the way I'm utilizing my mind. I'm sure you guys are also utilizing your mind and many other things in your life, in your work, and you're very good at. But the only thing which you have missed is yourself and your health, your fitness, which we are going to work on now. Okay, so now we are going to do this meditation. Mindset, what exactly I want you to focus on. The way you have lived so far till now. You had a mindset. It's not like you did not have a. Even to do wrong is you require a mindset only. Without mindset, you cannot do anything, right or wrong or anything. So till now, the way you have lived, things you did not like, things went wrong in your life. What was your pattern? I want you to find out that pattern of your mindset, of your thought process, the kind of a mindset you had at that time. I don't want you to pay attention on the positive. I want you to pay attention on the negative. Because we will build the positive from the negative. When you know the mistake, when you know the pattern, when you know where you go wrong, then it becomes easier to make it right. Then to constantly try to make it right when you don't know what is wrong. That is very hard. And I believe that never happens. Right? So let's meditate just for 10 minutes. And then you will write it down in your journal, that your points, and it's your personal. You don't need to share with me if you don't want, but if you want to share, you can always drop me a message, and anything you want to discuss with me, I will help you. But if it's personal, that's why write down everything. Whenever things went wrong, wherever you have failed, it can be any situation. It can be work, it can be family, it can be relationship, any kind, it can be just your own decisions, education, whatever. So I want you to understand. Now we are going a little bit more deeper than just building a good mindset. You will build a good mindset once you understand why that happened. Okay? So let's close your eyes for 10 minutes and focus on your breathing, and make sure that you keep your eyes closed and don't open your eyes again and again. And just focus, and if you are unable to stay in that zone, focus on your breathing. Start heavy breathing and then slowly calm down. Slowly you calm down. And then just pay attention. Go in your past and just start paying attention on what you were doing and how you did it and what went wrong and what you were thinking and what was the mindset. What you were expecting at that time. Okay? Let's close your eyes. You know the funny part, that we don't want anyone to judge ourselves, especially in today's time. We don't want anyone to judge us. But while you are writing this, you are judging yourself. Right? And that's the ultimate truth. You have to judge yourself. While you're writing this, And everything what you're writing in this right now, you're judging the society also. That I have done this, this is wrong. So how do you know this is wrong? Because you're writing right or wrong as per the surrounding. That if they do, let's say 1 to 10, if their wrong is 10, very high, and your wrong is 7, so in your eyes, you're still better than other people. So that is one biggest mistake what we can make when we analyze ourselves is when we start seeing ourselves through other people's eyes. You only have to see yourself if you believe in God through the God's eyes or the nature's eyes. Even if you don't believe in God, you still live in His nature, His creation. That is totally up to you what you believe in. But you need to see yourself through nature's eyes. Because for an example, if you were born in 1950s, and suppose if my height and my body weight, if anyone who was over 70, 75 kgs would be called as fat and useless person. Oh, this person is heavy, he will not be able to do these kind of things. So he's useless. And 70, 80 years ago, that was the case. Now, if you are born, and if anyone who is like me in this weight or even 5, 10 kgs heavier, that's not a problem anymore. Why? Because we are judged by the people around us, that how people are, how human beings have become. And that is the biggest mistake we make, because this way we will only deteriorate over the period of time. In 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, we'll just keep getting worse. It is not going to become better. So that's why when you actually judge yourself that, oh, I'm looking good. Because always remember, when you look good and bad and you do good or bad, you always compare to other people. You yourself compare. But I know you don't want to be compared by others, but you do compare. And that's the only way you can say, I look good. You look good as compared to who? Because if you actually truly ask yourself that how I'm supposed to be as a part of nature, then you will find the real answer. And not many people are going to be very happy with that answer. You'll be very sad with that answer. But that's the ultimate truth, and you need to learn to face the truth. Now everything, this was just about what you were writing down, because I know we don't even write down honestly. We don't write. If I will show you, you will start laughing what I wrote. It's very funny. And how come that I'm writing these things when I'm the master of that, and I'm saying like these are my mistakes, were my mistakes. Everything I wrote that I was not disciplined, I did not stay consistent, I did not stay focused. All this, these were my flaws, my mistakes. Now imagine if this is what I teach and these were my mistakes, but that's true. And that's why I can teach it. What if I was born disciplined? I would not know how to teach you, because I would not even care at what discipline is. Why do I care so much about discipline? Because that's what gave me this life, and that's what made me reach here. And that is why I care about you guys, that this is something which, once you start focusing on this, this will bring everything to you. Everything in your life will come to you. Because by doing this, you will understand the process. Now this negative, what I made you write down, how it's going to help you throughout the week. Then next week we'll have further prompt. Anything and everything. See, we all make mistakes every day. Every day we do something wrong. Something wrong. So I want you to, when you reflect your day, go back on this page. There is when you, in your day 1, day 2, there's a place where you can write, reflect your day, how was your day and all that. So before you write that, or whatever you have in your mind to write it, just write that point. Okay, so this didn't go well. It can be anything, not just about your food or your training. I'm not even talking about that. It can be anything. It can be with your spouse. It can be with your parents. It can be with work. It can be just you driving. It can be, I don't know what you were thinking. Anything. It can be just your health. It can be anything. Write it down and then go back to this page, what you wrote down. And connect that pattern to which and where you did what. There's a direct connection. And understand one thing, neither we lose weight, build muscles, gain fat, put on weight, doing anything once. These, you will be surprised. Now, for the next 3 months, if you just focus on this page, what you wrote, and if you have not written properly, make sure you go home and write it in more detail. Throughout these 3 weeks, you will find everything will bring you back to this page. It's so in depth. It's like so deep in your lifestyle. Every emotion, because these are basically, you have just 5 emotions. It will just bring you back to the same. So from there, you need to learn these 3 months to change the way you think. You need to stop thinking like that. I'm not even saying stop being like that. Being is very far. First, you need to stop thinking like that. And in order to change your being, you have to change the way you think. And this and your thinking comes from your past. And your past, if you carry all these negative, as you know, these are your flaws, and this is what you do, you carry it. You cannot erase it from your mind. You have to carry it. That's what the age is, and that's what the maturity and your wisdom is, your knowledge is. So everything good, bad, ugly is in this only. But how you use it, it's like a gun. You use it for your protection or you use it to kill other people. It's up to you how you want to use it, how you want to utilize it. So this is your weapon that you can utilize in a very positive way. Though I made you write down the negative, but I told you that you are going to use it to build the positive. Now throughout the week, whenever, you need to pay attention. As I said, don't be just on autopilot. Pay attention. Pay attention on your patterns, if you say something, even if you feel a little agitation, there's a little friction, just question yourself, why am I feeling this? Sometimes when I question, I always get the answer, I am hungry. I did not eat my food on time. That's the answer I get. So question yourself, what is that? Why are you feeling like that? It can be something else for you. Right? It can be, and majority of the time I get upset and I get angry is because when I look that someone else did not do something for me, what I asked, but then it comes down, then I question why, and then it comes down to the very core, what I expect from myself. That not the other person did not do what I asked them to do it, but I failed as a man who I would like to see myself at a position. So I failed. So it's not the other person that I get upset on or I get angry. Then the more you know, the better you will be able to understand yourself. And then, as I said in the beginning, you will not say, I don't know why. I don't know why it's happening to me. I'm following the diet. I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I'm coming here every day, but I don't know why I don't train properly. I go on bed, whatever, by what? 8, 9, but I sleep. But I am unable to sleep. Right? So you know why. And write down that when you are unable to sleep, when you go on bed, why you are not able to sleep. Because there is something, and your mind can never be empty. It can, even if I'm just like standing like this, you ask me like, yeah sir, what are you doing? I can't say I'm not doing anything. Why? Because I'm standing. I'm breathing. I'm doing a lot. I'm thinking. It cannot be that you don't do nothing. You do nothing. It is, if you're alive, it means you're doing something. As much as we know, as much as I know, and you guys also agree, that if you will only not do anything when you're dead. What is after that, when we'll reach there, we'll know. But that's the only time your body will not do anything, when you die. So it is not that you're not doing anything. You are doing a lot of things every time. So you need to pay it. That's why I said pay attention. When you say like, if I ask you, let's say tomorrow I meet you and I ask you, so what is that friction? What is that wrong you're facing today? Nothing. Everything is fine. Everything is perfect. This is, you're not paying attention then. Then you're not paying attention. Then again, you're saying perfect and fine as compared to the next person next to you, who is lesser than you, and you just, look at me, I'm so good. That's where the comparison. Because there is someone who is next to you, who is lesser than you. That's why everything is fine in your life. So say thanks to that person. Thank you very much for living a shitty life because it made me feel like that I'm living amazing life. Isn't that like very clear? Understanding? Otherwise, how? How life is perfect? Because life is not perfect. So when we are working on this, and you have whatever you wrote down, every day you will find a lot of things, but at least write down 2 to 3 things because it's going to help you. If you will write even 2 to 3 things every day, 2 to 3 emotions, points, areas, it can be in any form. It can be actions, habits, surroundings, anything. Just write that down. Then by the end of the week, when you will reach after 7 days, you will find you have 25, 30 different patterns which you understood about yourself. Because if you say, oh, it's past, then you say like, oh, no, it's not past actually. I'm living with that. There's no past. I'm just carrying everything with me. And that is the reason I'm unable to change and I'm unable to improve. Because it's not past. That's the mindset. Because, see, you must have heard from many of the Kaizeners, and I also say the same thing, that no Kaizen is the same Kaizen. That's why every Kaizen improves and you become better. Why? Because I become better in that. So the same thing what I'm telling you right now is building that mindset even one step forward now, building that mindset. Because now we are not just building the mindset, we are understanding ourselves even better and more deeper. That will build the mindset, and that will also stop. And again, thanks to all my previous Kaizeners, they taught me this lesson by making those mistakes, that how to treat you in this Kaizen and how to help you better. So that's the reason that I know that this works. And whenever people start thinking that I'm doing very well, is because someone else is not doing well. So don't be so happy that you're doing well. You have a lot of other issues that you need to work on, and we are here not to be better than anyone else. We are here to just improve ourselves. You have a whole world outside. Fight them. Compete with them. Here is just about you and your growth. Okay, is that clear? Any question you have on this? Any question? Guys, anything you have, let me know, because these things my team cannot answer. They will take the same time coming to me, and then I have to explain the same thing what I have explained you. It will take another 1 hour for me to explain them. And still they will not be able to explain the way I am explaining. So you have to come to me only then. So that's why if I am asking, if you have a question, ask me. Ask me.
So I can see how it's going to be useful in the future, but do I need to work on changing that dump into something positive by responding it in the prompt?
Yeah, so for an example, like if there is anything, it's a very good point actually. It's your belief that there is nothing wrong. Like I believe that. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is bad. Everything what is wrong is an opportunity for me to become better, to improve. Those are the areas clearly. Suppose for an example, if you will, audit, you have to get someone for your company to put the audit that tell me what is wrong so that I can improve, or the system check or something, whatever you call it. Now imagine if you become that person of your life, you're constantly auditing. You're constantly trying to find where the issues are, and you're just improving. So everything what is wrong is actually right, And that is your opportunity to become better. Otherwise, if everything is right, as I said, because that is not right. It's just you comparing yourself to someone who is lesser than you, and then you become right. You're just pleasing yourself. You are not right. Nothing is good in you. It's just, I'm at least better than this person, so it means I'm better. Like this mentality of being a champion, like because you're number one, because everyone have failed, and you have won over these people. What if that competition was just about 2 people? What if that competition was just about 5 people? So it's just one example, but in life, you don't win just becoming number one everywhere. Sometimes whole journey is itself is so challenging that you just living that life for many people. I mean, at some point it was my life. Just to live and survive and stay alive. And that's when you come out of that, you will automatically be a champion. Because you have lived that life. And it is with many people, just to survive. So whatever you are putting there, whatever you are doing, is not that you're just dumping there. Is you need to pay attention that every negative will build the positive. That's one brick, which is just out there. If you want to build this wall stronger, put that brick, do the work. Don't leave that brick. Otherwise, the wall will stay weaker and it will fall. So every brick you find is your castle will become stronger, will be more protected. Yes, any other question? Yes. How do we break out?
But how do we get out of those negative patterns where we try to demotivate ourselves? Even though I'm trying, for example, yesterday, it was our first time. We couldn't do it. Our legs were freezing, the brain was like, no, but I had to push. But it doesn't come like that.
Yeah.
Because as you said, it's what's in the past.
Yeah.
But to build that strong pattern, that no, I can't do it. I have to push it. You said you have to identify how to do that. How do I get out of that?
So that's what I said. You write it down now, and then throughout the week, when you have these emotions and these feelings comes, or even in reality actions comes, you align it with the previous one. And when you align with the previous one, then automatically it will start working for you. Why? Because we are not as children anymore. We have grown up, right? And you have many skills that you have learned, you have adapted, you have built in you. But now, how to utilize those skills? You're being utilized very well at your work. You're being utilized very well where it is not for you. And that's how you have been trained to use those skills, those sets of skills where it is not about you. Because if it is about you, you will not be working like that anymore. You will not be a part of the system then. But that's where you need to come out and understand yourself better. So these patterns, see, as I said, if everything is right, for me, everything is right means everything is wrong. Few things can be right and few things can be wrong. That is what the real life is. So what you will write now, it's a constant practice and it's a fight. You have to challenge yourself. You have to fight. It's like, it's like, when you cook food, even whatever you put in the oven, it's like, it's a constant pressure. The food goes through, then only it's cooked. You have to go through the same pressure, and then only you will be cooked. These kind of few patterns where people lose in life is, number one is upbringing, the way they have grown up. And if they have always been very well protected, then when they grow, it becomes very difficult for them to face challenges and to handle difficult situations. And they will always find either the food or something or the other. And many parents don't realize that when my kids are facing those challenges, difficulties like crying, so kids cry, and you give them what? A chocolate or ice cream or something. You offer them food only. Now when they grow older, they're still crying in their life about many things. And now you are not there to offer, but they can take it.
They always run to the same food. It's a very childhood practice that parents taught you, and then they complain that, oh, my son and daughter have put on so much weight. They have taught you. It's not like when you are crying, tell me, how many parents have you seen when you are crying, parents are like, don't give him food now. Let him sleep. Don't give her any food for 2 days. Have you seen that? No, right? It's the opposite. And it's not like this, and of course, parents, I mean, they are also human. They cannot do that, but this is what they need to learn and understand, because whatever you're giving and teaching at that time, that becomes the pattern when they grow old. And now, especially, as I said, like my main forte and is always to work with people who are athletic, who wants to build aesthetics, but I end up working with people who are more overweight. It was not even something what I wanted to, but when I saw that so many people need me and they need my help, I change what I wanted to work on until I start building people who are, like when you become more fitter and everything mentally fitter, I can work with you on also. But the point over here is it becomes, now who should I blame? The parents, or to you, or to the society? And then it comes back to me only, then I can only blame myself that why am I not helping them? Then it comes back to me. Reason, because now I cannot make you bring you back to your childhood when you are like 4 or 5 years old, and bring back your parents also at the same time and say like, okay, now do it again. Now see, she's crying, don't give her food. Listen to her, understand her, and then when she's hungry later after 4 hours, 5 hours, then give her food. That's like you eat when you're hungry, not when you're crying, not when you're emotional. It's a very clear understanding. If it is not, then why don't you work out every time you are angry? I do it. That's my understanding. Because I know, then that is the right way. That is the right way. You can do your cardio, you can run, you can play a sport, you can lift weights, you can do anything. When I'm angry, when I'm upset, I train. Why? Because body is holding that energy and I just want to release it. Right? So this is the pattern which you will understand over this week when you keep writing. So that is why pay attention. Don't say like, no, not today, nothing wrong happened actually. Okay, in last week actually, yeah, 2 times. No. It's every time it's happening, you're just not paying attention. It's happening 24/7. It's up to you. See, if you want to grow, you need to pay attention on the negative. And if you want to be grateful, you want to pay attention on the positive. But grateful is required at some point. Being realistic and understanding the flaws at some point. When you're working, you cannot be like constantly be grateful. Oh, thank God, at least I have come to this place now. Thank God, at least I am sitting here. Thank God, see, my family members are sleeping and I am here. Again, the comparison comes. You don't even know how to be grateful properly. You will only be grateful when someone else is sitting at home, someone else is sleeping at home, and they are wasting their life. At least, thank God, I am doing this much. I am so grateful. I mean, which is not wrong. Which is not wrong, but it will not make you grow. It will just not make you grow. So you need to be very honest with yourself. That what you're grateful of. These things, this is the way you self-talk, the way you communicate with yourself is very, very important. I'm so proud of myself today. I got up early in the morning and I've come here. I mean, you should be. If you see it in that way, it is something to be proud of. But if you see it in a way that what is your age, let's say I'm 35 years old, and if I say, I'm so proud of myself that today I got up early in the morning, which to be honest, many people actually do, wake up early in the morning, first time in their life since their school days, and they have reached to their 35 age, and they're so proud of. Nothing is bad in that to be proud of, but something to look forward to, like something to think about, that how did I live till now? I mean, don't be not proud of, be proud of, but also accept the flaws. Because if you will just be proud of, then tomorrow you will be proud of just be alive, and which is you should be. Thank God, Alhamdulillah, we say like, I'm alive, and there are so many people who died last night. I'm still here. That is very good. But how will you grow from here now? How will you grow from here? And growth is very complex. Growth has a lot to do with your mind. Okay? Understand? Now, this week, just push yourself little extra, understand your patterns, write it down. Next week when we'll meet, you will see that what I'm telling you, you will not have to waste your time in this because it's going to work on you every day. And then by next week, you will see the difference. Okay? Any other question? No question? Okay. So thank you very much, and I will see you guys later then.